Hey everyone, it's FinalRound and my name is Jordan, and this video will be brought to you by BetUS. It was really sad to see my Cavaliers get knocked out of the playoffs, but let's be honest, it was inevitable. And now it sucks to hear all the rumors about different players from the Cavaliers coming from everywhere, basically trying to get Donovan Mitchell out of town. But I can talk about that after the picks. So I'm going to jump right into the picks. You will see images that come up on the screen. Those will be from a data app called Outlier. There will be a link in the description that'll give you a 7-day free trial for Outlier. So his first pick, Tom Thibodeau, he gave a call to James Dolan and he said, James, I don't have many players on this team. I only have like 6 or 7 guys. I have to play them 40 minutes a night. Can you get me any more players on this team? And James said, Tom, you have 11 guys on the roster who are not injured. And Tom looked around and he was like, what are you talking about? And James said, those 4 other guys who have been following you around on the plane and on the buses, that's not your entourage, Tom. Those are guys that you can put on the floor. And he said, oh, really? So he started to put this guy, Alec Burks, on the floor, and he's played great. So Alec Burks has fresh legs. He's been playing around 22, 23 minutes over the past 3 games, and he's been playing phenomenal for the amount of time he's on the floor. I like him over points at 10.5 for -120. He's gone over this in 3 straight games. He's averaging around 9 field goal attempts in each of those games, and he's shooting 50% from the 3-point line. So in that one game where the Knicks just looked like they were exhausted, Alec Burks still looked great. The guys with the fresher legs for the Knicks seem to be doing pretty well. The guys who have been just playing 40 plus minutes for months near the end of the regular season. So in an elimination game where the Knicks can get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I like Alec Burks here to have a pretty good game on the road. And go over 10.5 points. If you guys could, please like the video. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, could you leave a comment for the algorithm? You can just say anything and it helps. This next pick is going to be Obi Toppin over 8.5 points at -125. I know he's had a bad couple of games over the 3-game stretch. You'll see his last 10 games up on the screen. So the really bad game that he had, I don't know what it is. He became a public play, like one of the top public plays that day, and he just didn't show up. His volume wasn't there. And then the very next game, he went over the line, and then the last game was a blowout. He still got around his usual minutes, but volume-wise, he wasn't shooting like he normally was. So here at home, in an elimination game, this is a gut feeling play. I know he hasn't been playing well, but I feel like he's going to show up for the Pacers, get back to what he was doing for the majority of the playoffs that you see on the screen. Those first 7 games where he was just on a roll, because the Pacers are really going to need Obi Toppin off the bench, and the bench has been a huge part of the Pacers with TJ McConnell, Ben Shepherd, and Obi Toppin. So I like Obi Toppin over 8.5 points at -125. And if you don't like points, I have another Obi Toppin play. Over 1.5 assists is at -120 as well. He's gone over this in 4 out of 5 games in this series. And in 3 home games against the Knicks this year, so you have the 2 playoff games and then 1 home game during the regular season, he went over this, averaging 3.5 potential assists. And also 6 out of the last 7 home games, he has gone over this line. -120, just to get 2 assists. I like Obi Toppin there as well. And before I get into this last pick, I want to shout out BetUS. They will match your first 3 deposits at 125%, up to $2,500 for those first 3 deposits. So it's a pretty crazy deposit match. You can find a link for them in the description or in the pinned comment if you would like to check them out. Now this last pick, this is +160 if you want to try it out. If you're on a sports book and you want to straight bet it, +160, and the hit rate has been pretty good. So Tyrese Halliburton over 1.5 first quarter rebounds. And I know my first quarter streak has been awful. I am like cursed when it comes to first quarter props. Like I've been picking guys who just went over 9 out of 10, and I choose them and they don't show up at all. But I still like this play, +160. He's gone over in 7 out of the last 10 games, all in the playoffs. as well as the last 5 home games he has gone over this line, which obviously includes the 2 home games versus the Knicks. So the last home game that they played, they actually played pretty good defense, and part of that had to do with the Knicks looking tired out there. They missed a ton of shots. One of those games, he had 5 rebounds in the first quarter. So he's been averaging around 10 minutes a game in the first quarter. I can imagine with this being an elimination game, he could potentially get the full first quarter, or they'll keep him around that 10-minute mark. But still, for plus 160, I like the hit rate. I like that he's been doing this at home, and hopefully my first quarter curse can end with this with a plus 160 play. So if you'd like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord, link is in the description. You can hop on in there. Conversation going on about basketball, baseball, WNBA's been picking up lately, soccer, all kinds of stuff. So it's free. Love to see you in there. And I did ask last video about whether you would be more interested in WNBA or baseball. And I was confident that it was going to be baseball, but almost everybody, 99%, 100 people didn't answer the question, but a lot of people said WNBA, which was kind of shocking, but I get it. Whenever you go looking for bet videos, I'm sure you see baseball everywhere and you don't see much WNBA. I did do 5 WNBA picks using Outlier by myself yesterday for the second day of the WNBA, and they all hit. So I'll show those on the screen. But what I think I'm going to do is I still like my process for baseball for finding good hitters. So I don't want to give that up because I have all the sources that I like to go to. So I'm going to keep that. And it seems like they're releasing lines for WNBA games earlier, which is helpful because obviously I filmed the day before. So I think it's going to be possible for me to do some hitters that I like, and then do a WNBA video, and it's not going to take up too much time of my day. As long as the lines continue to come out early for the WNBA, like they have the games 2 days ahead for WNBA, because I guess it's getting so much interest. Caitlin Clark has just brought that interest to the league, and now people are starting to learn the names of the other ladies out there. So to the people who love my baseball videos, I'm not going to give them up. But I will give a shot to WNBA. And I also want to go over a recap of yesterday's games. I'm filming this before the Game 6 of the Timberwolves and the Nuggets, so I don't know the results of those picks. But I do have the day before. So PJ Washington over 2.5 3-pointers made. He went under. He got 2. His volume dropped dramatically, and he did not go over this line. He did still have opportunities to go over it, but yeah, his total volume completely dropped. And then Josh Giddey under 4.5 rebounds plus assists at minus 105. He did play 11 minutes like I had predicted, so that was correct. He went over this line and did not hit the under. There was this stretch of play where a offensive rebound was kind of tipped out to him. He caught it, passed it over to Jalen Williams for a 3. He knocked that down, and it just was a rebound and assist in like a half a second, and that just sucked. So for the rest of the game, he didn't do too much. It was just that one little play where a ball was tipped to him. He passed it to another guy, and the first time he had gone over rebounds assist since playing 11 minutes. So that one sucked. And then Drew Holiday over 5.5 rebounds. Al Horford grabbed all the rebounds for the Celtics pretty much. And even Jason Tatum went under his rebounds line. I think all the Celtics went under their rebounds line except for Al Horford. And Drew Holiday did not hit this line. So that was 0 for 3. This was, I think, my first reverse sweep. I want to say of the season, because I can't recall another reverse sweep. I usually, at least hit one. So this one, I actually feel pretty bad about it. Like they all felt like really good reads, and then they just didn't happen. So yeah, I don't remember my last reverse sweep, but it is the playoffs. We have guys like PJ Washington who are shooting around 20 shots a game, and then they'll go and they'll just shoot a couple of shots. So it is what it is. And as far as those Cleveland rumors, it's crazy. As soon as the day started, it was Donovan Mitchell is upset with some of his teammates. He doesn't like the coach. Darius Garland might request a trade. Jared Allen refused to take a numbing injection for his rib, so he just didn't want to play in the games. Gosh, what am I missing? The Heat are looking at trading for Donovan Mitchell. All this crazy stuff just comes out of nowhere, and then Donovan Mitchell puts out a tweet that he's tired of the media, because I guess he didn't say any of that stuff. So it's pretty clear that the media is trying to push Donovan Mitchell out or make it seem like he wants to be out. So I do think the Cavaliers need to make some changes. I don't think you can have two 6-foot ball dominant guards like Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell, and then two 7-footers and Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. I think if Donovan Mitchell wants to stay, you sign him to the extension. I think you move Darius Garland, and I think you move Jared Allen, and then you build with Mitchell and Mobley. You build around them with shooters. But we'll see how that works out. Obviously, congratulations to the Celtics. Maybe they can get it done this year. Congrats, Ev from Guy Boston Sports. Hopefully you guys can prove it this year. So I'm going to get this one edited and get it out to you. God bless you all. It's Final Round. My name is Jordan. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.